We getting out when they like the left. Say go, Cats, go. Since 93 won't be the reason. Say go, Cats, go. Go, Cats, go. Go, Cats, go. You know something, we ready to come. Say go, Cats, go. We getting out when they like the left. Say go, Cats, go. Since 93 won't be the reason. Say go, Cats, go. Go, Cats, go. South Florida, one trial. Throw your hands up one time. All the way past West Palm. Exit one back to Sunrise. We FLA live. On the ice, it's a skate grind. Going hard at the period. Game time is a great time. Good morning, Fort Lauderdale, South Florida.
Hey guys, happy parade day to all those who celebrate, which are Florida Panthers fans against the world. It is our day to celebrate. We are live on top of high-rise at Fort Lauderdale Beach, overlooking the parade for now until we go join the festivities. And it's the biggest day in Broward County history.
That's true. There was actually a parade here back in '97. We'll get into that. But yeah, this is a standalone event for a team that is based up in Broward. And but all of South Florida is going to be out here today. And it's just a really great time to be a South Florida sports fan.
No, we're still, us, the team, the whole community are still on a very much big high. Still celebrating the events of the Stanley Cup being down here. And it's fantastic. It brings the community closer, and it's just been wild. And so we were in Fort Lauderdale the last day or so, and Miami does an okay job celebrating, but there's nothing like Panther Pride in the 954 Fort Lauderdale.
That is true.
And the streets, the people, it's amazing. Last night we went to the famous Elbow Room where it was just packed and just excitement, and this is going to continue on for a while, so we're super excited to be part of it.
Miss Vince is in the house.
She's actually downstairs waiting for us.
Oh, she's downstairs.
Yeah.
We'll be there soon. We'll be there soon enough. We definitely just we actually wanted to post up downstairs, but they said there was going to be no tables, no chairs.
Yeah.
Plus, we don't have our media credentials yet. We're working on that, but so we couldn't post up downstairs, and we weren't sure about the weather situation. It is supposed to. You want to give a weather update? I know you've been monitoring it.
I know. I love my meteorologist. So looking outside, there is an overcast, right? There's no doubt. This morning we woke up. Where we reside in Miami, we heard there were pretty bad storms, and for now they have stayed down pretty south. They are expected to make their way up this way. So right now, looking over, you have an overcast with a little bit of sun, but nothing right now. The parade starts in about 2 hours or so. So obviously South Florida weather can change like in an instant. But as of right now, we have good parade weather.
Yep, it's a real scene. I know you got some video that we shot early. We got up early this morning. We saw sunrise. We went out to the beach, got some breakfast. And so, and then we saw all the people start gathering. People were here as early as 4 in the morning from what we saw in the newscast. People were just posting up along the barricades. All the restaurants down here, Elbow Room, all the big ones, open Blondie's, they all opened up at 7 a.m. Those that served breakfast did. Everybody else is just opening up early with the early liquor license to get people out there and start celebrating.
Now, what's interesting about this parade route, so the big, so Mayor Dean, like when we were up 3-0, he already started getting the parade permits to actually start planning this, but it was very hush-hush, so no one really knew where the parade was going to be. Obviously, Broward is a huge county where I personally thought it was going to go either 3 ways. I thought it was either going to be, which is probably the most realistic. I thought it was going to be around sunrise, which it would have gave a lot of room. They could have shut down, through Sawgrass Mills Mall, through the arena, and the Everglades, all of that. So that was my first possibility. My second, I thought they were going to bring this down like Broward Boulevard, down Las Olas, and then maybe cut to the beach, because that would have gave you a good chunk of land. But they actually decided to do the third option, which miles wise, it's the smallest. The beach route that they chose is just about a mile. And I know that you've gone to championship parades before, and I went to one years ago. This route is very small compared to the others. So they are expecting 200,000 people down here for the parade, and it's going to be wall to wall. And what I like about it is that it is on the beach. So worst comes to worst, we just take off our clothes and jump in the ocean and watch it. So I'm down.
We did that yesterday. It's almost sunburned. I also lost my voice because I was yelling at everybody who was passing by, especially at the Elbow Room. you definitely got to be loud to have conversations at the elbow room, speaking
That
over the
was
live
so
music.
loud.
So I lost my voice, but hey, we're having a great time out here, and it's going to be a great day. As you mentioned, previous parades. So the Dolphins obviously got this party started. By the way, you want to talk about what we joined, the exclusive club that we joined, the city metro area?
When you said club, I was automatically thinking about the club that we went to.
11.
City.
No, we'll talk
Oh
about
my
that later.
gosh,
But
that's a whole other. We don't, you know, I know the Panthers have done a lot of partying this week, but we've done a lot too. Like we're pretty
Yeah,
exhausted
absolutely.
right now. So
we joined.
We didn't join Club. Okay. So South Florida has joined the exclusive club of our pro teams. All of them have won a championship. So Marlins won 2. Obviously, the Dolphins, the Heat have won their glorious championships that I love so much, and now the Panthers. So it has completed the Grand Slam of championships.
We're now one of 10 city/metro areas with all a championship in every sport.
Yeah.
So the Dolphins got it started obviously in the 70s. You know, the fanfare not as big. Parades mostly at the airport. They didn't have the traditional ticker tape parade like we see, today's day. But the Marlins had a great parade. They actually did a double parade. They did one in downtown Miami, and then they brought it up here to Fort Lauderdale, and they did what they do for the winter boat parade. They had a parade on boats. They put all the players on boats, and then we're going up and down the river. So that was pretty awesome. Obviously, the Heat parades took place in downtown Miami, leading up to the arena, where they had their finale. And the Panthers are now doing their own unique celebration, where, as you mentioned, they're going up and down A1A and heading into the stage on the beach, where people are going to gather and have a tremendous celebration.
So we actually were able to check out the stage yesterday, and it's beautiful. It's a little small though, right? Like the screens are a tad bit small. So it's definitely early bird catches the worm, because it's going to be obviously slammed. So not everyone's going to be able to see the stage. This is we're a little new to this, so our stage is still like getting broken into and stuff.
I'm not sure if you can see it, but that's what it looks like. The stage is literally set on the water there and on the beach, and so yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It's super exciting. And with this parade, it's first of all, you have to the streets are a problem, because parking's already limited in Fort Lauderdale Beach, right? There's only like 1 or 2 garages, and then there's limited hotels, and then there's really no street parking. So what they did was they're shutting down the roads, and they've opened up a lot of transportation. Like they encourage the water taxi and ride shares, but even so, like it is not just like stroll up and enjoy the parade. Like this is very tough to get to. So the dedicated and loyal fans have been here for many hours, and people who are just trying to get here now, you're in trouble, because it is like gridlock. We took some videos.
And you'll show the videos in a second, but it is. We took videos early at 7 o'clock in the morning. It just, like I said, people are already here, and those that are trying to make their way now, it's probably too late. We have access to our the side of the beach that we're on, so we'll be able to get there and see the side angle. Definitely, it's a crazy scene. So let's talk about the recap. We're not going to obviously break down the Stanley Cup final, because it's pretty easy, right? The Panthers won the first 3, then the Oilers won the last 3, and obviously we were set up for a Game 7 less than 6 days ago, last Monday. And I'd be lying if we said we weren't nervous, because we thought this thing was a wrap. We were at the Amerex Arena a week and a half ago for Game 4. The watch party in Edmonton, and we just for sure thought it was going to happen that night. It didn't. It didn't happen in Game 5, and then they won Game 6. And as Connor McDavid said, dragged the series. Said we're going to drag the Panthers back to Alberta from Game 5 to 6, and then they won Game 6 on their home ice, setting up the pivotal, crazy, nerve-wracking Game 7, a game that we struggled but fought back and ended up winning 2-1, a very close hockey game, the closest you can get, a one goal game, and just an incredible range of emotions, right? That all of the South Florida hardcore fans, Panther fans, went through, and man, it was just amazing.
It was wild. I know a lot of fans actually the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, they shut off the sound because first of all, the commentators and broadcasters are very pro Canada. I mean, obviously Canada bleeds hockey, but you can definitely see like what side. It's kind of like a Tony Romo Josh Allen thing,
cowboy game,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like one of those, like you already know like where they're going and stuff. So a lot of fans,
in their defense, I mean, Mark Messier played for the Oilers, but then maybe he shouldn't be on the broadcast because everything was Oilers. And then PK Subban, who actually I like PK Subban. He played for the Montreal Canadiens, so also Canadian ties. I give him credit. He called it like it is. He actually picked the Panthers in a bunch of games. But yes, you're right. Very one-sided coverage, if you will.
Yeah, but even so, like even with ESPN being an American-based company, the coverage was good, but it wasn't like breaking for like the last 5 days. And what really got to me last night when Lou and I, were out and celebrating everything, with our social media, we were at the elbow room and I did like a hashtag time to hunt. And they took away the Panthers logo already. I'm like, bro, at least let it. And I very, very, very much understand like the logos go away during off season. Trust me, if I was to do Heat culture right now, I'm not going to get my little Heat fire.
Why did you do that? Why?
But at least they were so quick to want to just get rid of our time. It was there yesterday.
Extended. It's amazing how all the things switch so quick. Like, so the obviously the season ended on Monday night. Thankfully, for us, it was the championship. But then 3 days later is the NHL draft. We were at 11, as you mentioned, and we'll show that video. If you haven't seen it, go on our social medias. You'll be able to see it. But talk about Bob. I mean, how Bob got screwed out of celebrations.
So we met up. Not we. As if we met up with the team. The team came down to us in Miami at Club 11, and a lot of they were there. Connor Verhage, Chucky, Montour. Like it was a great group of guys who were there, and Lomberg, which, oh my gosh, that man, like Lou wants to be like best friends with him.
Oh, I love that guy.
Lewis said he loves this guy more times this week in 5 days than he has to me in 4 years.
I want to invite him to the bachelor party. I want to party with Lomberg, the Lamborghini, baby. Come on.
Gosh. So a lot of players were there. A lot of their wives were there. It was just a cool time. But Bob wasn't there because the next day, which I guess was Thursday, even though we partied till 3 a.m., that Thursday was the NHL Honors Awards, where Bob was in the running for an award, Goalie of the Year.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he did not win that award, but he essentially won the biggest award. He won the Stanley Cup. So
I think you're right, but that's BS. I mean, look, how many times have you watched the Emmys or the Oscars and the guy comes up, reads the envelope and says, oh, they can't be here today because they're working on a movie, so I'll accept this on his behalf. You know what? If you know he's not winning, and you already know, obviously, don't make him get on a plane and leave his teammates celebrating to fly cross country to Vegas where he's not going to win the award. That's BS. And then while we're on that,
I know where you're going with this.
The Conn Smythe Trophy, great. It's for the best player in the playoffs. McDavid didn't win, and look, give him credit. The kid is good, right? Real good, young player, gonna have a lot of more chances. But he didn't win the cup, and it's a reason. A lot of people were bashing him for not going out and receiving the Conn Smythe Trophy. But he didn't win the cup. He would have looked like a fool while the Panthers are all out there celebrating and about to hoist the Stanley Cup. And he's out there getting a trophy for being the best player in the series, in a series that his team didn't win. So I don't, I'm not upset at him not doing it. I actually agree with him, but I think it's BS that it goes to the losing team. It should always go. The MVP of the final should go to the winning team.
It reminds me of like the participation trophy, and we're not obviously knocking him. He's a great player. They say he's the best player currently in the NHL and everything. But I do agree that it should really go for the winning team. Now, if that was the case, who do you believe on our team should have won the award?
I think Bob. I still think Bob. Look, it's the totality of the series, right? You're going to have good games. You're going to have bad games.
And they could say Erod. They could say Erod had 2 goals.
He had 2 goals in the early part of the series.
Yeah.
But again, it's a totality of the series. It's 4 games. So you're going to, if it goes to the 7th game, you're going to have good games and bad games. That's why you're in a game 7. Yeah. Bob was outstanding the first 2 games in particular, including a shutout in game 1. And then he did really well in game 2 and 3. And he came up big in game 7. He allowed 1 goal in 60 minutes of hockey. And so he definitely, in my opinion, should have gotten the cup.
Yeah. So just so you know, they say that award, it's for the best player in the playoffs, not just the finals.
And I said that. I said it is for the best player in the playoffs. But it's only happened 5 times, and it's actually only happened 2 times. And hockey is a sport that's been played since the early 1900s. It's only happened twice to a non-goalie. So, this is not this is kind of uncharted waters. This
Yeah.
does not happen very often. And again, I just don't see how you can award it to a player that his team didn't win the cup.
I agree.
So let's do this. Let's play, because I want to grab a beer. I want to start the morning early here. Get celebrations going. Play some of the video that we both saw this morning.
Okay, yeah.
And this is pretty cool. You'll see our vantage point from where you see these people. I think you're able to still hear us, hopefully. But this is at I think 7:15 in the morning. You'll see the big Panther tent right over there, and then channel 10 is right there.
Our buddy Will Manso.
Will Manso's done an outstanding job. There's the elbow room, the famous elbow room with the Panthers flags on top. And then you'll see people along. They're not letting people on the beach quite just yet at this point, but you'll see, except the non-swimmers, the swimmers that were out there this morning early, but you'll see people posting up along A1A, amongst the barricades. And so, this is, again, 7:15 this morning. The parade starts at 11. So people were definitely out there early, some even camping overnight. You also have, we saw a guy on a boat. That was pretty awesome. This was also a little bit after 7:30. A guy on a boat with his Panther flag out there. More people coming in onto A1A alongside the barricades. We saw some jet skis out there, and we were awoken actually to a helicopter that was out. A couple of the local news copters are out there trying to do footage. You mentioned Will Manso. This is Will Manso earlier. He's showing you what the stage looks like. Did you get the elbow room too, or?
I think so, yeah. Okay, and then the other one we have.
Which is this one?
Elbow room.
Okay, yeah, the elbow room. Oh no, we showed this one already.
No, not that one.
So there you see the elbow room, the world famous elbow room. You see the flags up top there, and again the people gathering. This is all before 8 o'clock this morning, so pretty awesome. Just a great turnout. We expect a lot more, and even if it rains on our parade, people will still be out there celebrating this parade. So
definitely. So super excited. The sun is.
Sorry.
The sun is
Cheers.
trying. The sun is trying to come out. It's still a little gloomy, but it's not looking like it's going to really be able to hold off. But of course, the weather in South Florida is very fluky. So at least I would love for it to get through the parade if it rains on the stage. So at that point.
Yeah. And look, this has been a celebration all week long. This is the culmination of it. And we'll tell you, if you haven't seen it, you could go on our social medias, as mentioned. We pretty much documented everything we saw. It started off with the immediate day after the cup was won. So this is Tuesday morning. Matthew Tkachuk is walking up and down A1A with the Stanley Cup and shirtless, I would add. He goes up to the elbow room. Elbow room opens up at 8 a.m. every day, serving alcohol. And so he was pouring beers out of the Stanley Cup. Doesn't get much better than that. The story goes, at some point, he looks over and he says, "Hey, I think it's time." And people are like, "What do you mean it's time, Matthew?" And he's like, "I think it's time Stanley goes out to the beach." And he pretty much walks with a bunch of people at this point onto the beach and dunks the Stanley Cup into the water.
Yeah.
That was pretty epic.
And then also the Stanley Cup has had pasta in it this week. I must say, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bowl of pasta, and then the grated cheese on top by Roberto Longono. And so that was beautiful to see as well. The cup has made its way to babies have been in it. One of the players, can't remember his name exactly, he won another Stanley Cup before, so he had his newborn in it, and now his kid's like 4 years old, so he put the big old butt back in the Stanley Cup as well. It's been to Club 11, so it's seen people with or without clothes. It's been to Raising Cane's, which is a chicken place here. It's been everywhere. So
there's no controversy with that, right?
Yeah, so there was a quote-unquote meet and greet with Matthew Tkachuk, he's a fan favorite next to Bob. He's one of the most popular players in Pompano Beach, which is the town right north of this. It's a small suburb of Fort Lauderdale, great town. And it was said that he was going to be doing a meet and greet at Raising Cane, which is a chicken place. Right. So people lined up there or hours before. It was like an 8 a.m. thing, and the choppers and helicopters showed people just wrapped around Route 1. There was like 2,000 people there, and they were there and they were excited. And sure enough, it was just for a commercial. So Matthew Kachuk wasn't doing like an autograph meet or greet. It was just for like a commercial shooting. And they actually duped those people thinking they were going to meet him to be extras in the commercial. So there were a lot of disappointed people. I mean, Matthew Kachuk still did his thing,
Yeah,
went through the crowd, the high fives and everything, but there was definitely not a meet and greet. There was also another issue at Dick's Sporting Good in Sunrise Mills, Sawgrass Mills Malls in Sunrise, where players were supposed to be there as well, and people lined up and they got wristbands, and they were able to. So, but no one's really disappointed. Right? No one's like saying, "I waited 5 hours and I didn't see Matthew Kachuk or Bob." Like they know that these players, they don't want to take the special moment away from these players. So it's kind of like, where are they going to be next? Where are they going to be next? And with us on Wednesday, go back to that. Wednesday, I get home from doing yoga. It's like 7 o'clock, and I look at Lou. He's like, "We got to go somewhere." And I'm like, "Where do we got to go?" He's like, "We got to go to Club 11." And granted, it's close to our house. I said, "What do you mean we're going to Club 11?" And he was like, No, we got to go. And I said, "Okay, when?" And I start getting ready. He was like, No, we're not going till midnight. And I'm like, "What?" And he was like, "The Panthers are going to be there." So I was like, "Lou, they might not be there. They might not get there till 3. Like, you just don't know. There's no set of anything." So we get to 11 at midnight.
I was tipped off by my brother, by the way. Shout out to Danny. He's the one that looped me in until we got there.
So we get there.
Just in time.
But the thing was, there was a concert being let out at the Kaseya Center. So it was just a mush of people. We get to 11. They let us in 1, 2, 3. And the players are like already there, like super deep in. The cup's already being held up, and like at 12. So I'm like, all right, cool. We just got here, and I'm thinking they'll be here for like an hour or so. We left at 3 a.m. and they were still going hard. So like they have been nonstop. Matthew Kachuk said, like, if he slept more than 3 hours this week, that's even a lot. Like, I don't know. They're literally running on adrenaline right now because there's no way. Like, I'm exhausted, and I've only I went to the club with them, and I've been to a little thing here, and I'm like just drains. But
I don't think Matthew Kachuk slept in like 48 hours or maybe more. I mean, it's just, and all of these guys were partying. I mean, Carter was partying, Verhage, Barkov was there. The star was Lomberg. Ryan Lomberg just is the man, and he was shirtless. He was crowd surfing.
You got a crush on him?
He was being carried up by the crowd.
We have different tastes, but we can agree on that.
And he's jacked too. He took his shirt off. He is jacked. The other thing is that, we wanted to be very sensitive because obviously these are kind of private moments, if you will, but everything's documented, right? And so it's not synonymous. You never want to see a player out and like take a picture of him drinking because it could be bad for his image.
TMZ do that.
But look, championships are synonymous with celebrations, and that includes champagne and beer or anything you will. So the players really took part with the fans. And to me, one of the coolest moments that I will never forget is we're all in there, and the music changes from club music to Queen's "We Are the Champions," which is obviously the anthem of championship victories. And they're playing that song, and everybody, fans and players, are singing it. The players are taking out their cell phones and recording us, the fans, all the fans in the club singing it. And that moment was beautiful. It's a moment of unison where the fans recognize that, it's part, everybody wants the cup, right? Everybody's part of it. And it was just so cool.
It was amazing. It really, really was. My phone got hijacked twice.
Right. So, players were grabbing her phone and taking selfies and showing us in the shots. It's all on there.
I told myself, you know what? It's a Wednesday. I don't want to drink. We didn't buy one drink, but I'll tell you, we drank, but we didn't buy the drink. So they can put 2 and 2 together.
There you go. Yeah. And look, the trophy is just so cool, right? I mean,
we're
all diehard South Florida sports fans. Yeah. A lot of people in the room are people that watch this later are diehard Dolphin fans. We all want that Vince Lombardi again. It's been 50 plus years at this point. But, the Vince Lombardi is shaped like a football. The Larry O'Brien trophy in basketball is shaped like a basketball. The commissioner's trophy for baseball for the World Series is a bunch of the team's pennants around in gold. Yeah. But the cup is a cup. And you could, you saw people pouring beers and champagne and pasta, as you mentioned, by Alongo. So all these, it's such an iconic trophy. And the cool part about it is your names all the names of the winning team is on there. We saw a special that said that you're on there for 65 years.
It's like a variation, right? Like between 54 and 60, right? There's
because what they do is it always stays the same height, but you get a portion where all the names of the winning team are on there, the players, not the coaches or assistant coaches, but just the players. And every 65 years, they take a team off and they put the latest team on to accommodate for space. But think about that. You're on that trophy for 65
years. But when
years.
they take it off, be clear that you just don't get taken off and put in the trash. You get taken off and put in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, which is even awesome.
But a lot of people didn't know that. You know, I wondered myself, like, is this thing going to keep growing, turn into the Eiffel Tower or something? But no, they take off the plaque and then it goes into the NHL Hall of Fame, which is located where?
You know, I don't know. I want to say Canada.
And that would be my first guess as well.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We should know that. We'll look that up. If somebody in the room knows, let us know.
Very curious to know that. We obviously would love to see that.
Yeah. Obviously we're here to celebrate the big, Game 7 victory, the Stanley Cup champions, and it's awesome. It's also relieved in a way. It's also very relieving because had we lost that game, let's be real, it's got to be discussed. We would have joined a list that, in my opinion, includes only 2 teams, and those 2 teams are. It's basketball. It's never happened. Coming back from 3-0 in a championship.
Yeah.
Your Red Sox did it against the Yankees, but not in the World Series. It's never happened in the NBA, period. Yeah. No playoffs, even though the Heat almost gave it away last year. Mm-hmm. But nobody's come back from 3-0 in the NBA. In hockey, it happened one time, and by now you all know that was in 1942 when the Detroit Red Wings gave up a 3-1 lead. A 3-0 lead, I should say. And then also the Atlanta Falcons obviously gave up Super Bowl. And so that was a big, obviously we have a special guest coming here, but we got what I was saying is that
he lost his train. We did not tell him a special guest was coming, but you guys are going to love this.
We had, so the Super Bowl, where the Falcons gave up a big lead. I won't say what team it was, but that's it. It's a list of 2 teams. Detroit Red Wings, 1942, and the 2016 Atlanta Falcons. And without further ado,
you don't even know this is happening.
I had no idea. I'm like, wait a second. We're in the room right now, and I'm like, hold on.
Literally in the room.
We're in the room, and I hear a knock on the door. I'm like, man, are we being too loud? Is housekeeping coming at 9:30? We got to get to a parade.
I know, get nervous.
It's not that. It's.
Oh my goodness. Welcome. Made it. So tell us, how did you get here? You texted me earlier, you said girls in the park, and I'm like, I'm just in bed right now.
Oh my God. It was
So you come from where?
So I'm coming from West Broward.
Okay.
Yes.
It took about 30 minutes to get here, and then about 30 more minutes to get through traffic.
Really?
Jeez.
So where did you end up leaving the car?
So B Ocean, they actually have a garage.
Way?
Yeah, it's more south.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, I was so happy. You see me sweating, people.
Get the air on it.
I was so happy because
water?
I was
Get up on water.
yeah, I'll take water.
Are you out here?
I brought my own. No, I'm kidding. But thank you. So I actually walked. Thank you so much. I walked from there over here, but everywhere was super packed.
Yeah, and
it was bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
Like you would move like maybe a mile. It took you 20 plus minutes. I was almost in traffic for about an hour. Wow. Yeah, it was.
But it's a surreal scene right now. People on the beach, people walking in here, people.
You see families, kids.
It's a beautiful
yeah,
oh my God,
it really
it's
is.
awesome.
And the Elbow Room obviously is world famous. Since 1938, it's been there. It's a double-decker bar. So some people posted up there at 7 a.m. They got a perfect view of the players coming on the floats or whatever double-decker buses they'll be on. So that's a great spot to watch it if you can't end up by the stage. But it's just a crazy scene out there.
Oh, no, it's awesome. And people, like you said, I've been listening. People, go ahead and subscribe to Shirva's birthday. But I've been, I was listening, and you guys are right. So, like, every major lot here in Garage is full already.
Yeah.
But there are some, if you are crazy enough to still be in traffic, you can probably find, but you're going to have to pay cash.
Yeah.
That's what I
At
think.
this
That's what they're
point.
doing.
It was it was $40, but I told
Well,
the
the
dude
lot next
I only
door.
had 30. So,
You're like,
I don't know what you did to make up the extra $10. We won't talk about that on this show. Sorry, I should have waited till you drank your water for that one. But so listen, I don't know what lot she's talking about, but the lot next
the
door.
beer.
the B as in B.
All right, this is a family show, people. I don't know what we're doing right now, but the lot next door is actually $100.
Right
So
here.
it's
$100?
Yeah.
It's right across from the beach.
It is.
It's
I
prime
mean,
spot.
yeah.
So
it's
where did
crazy.
you watch Game 7? And were you on pins and needles like all of South Florida? What was your take on this?
Listen, first of all, my crazy self, I was like, okay, I want to go to the game, and I looked, it was like $1,200. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
So, it was up there.
so my
Expensive.
brother held a watch party at his house. So his best friend, his wife, their kids, they all came over. Me and my other brothers, we ended up watching it, and it was kind of crazy. And I have the video, I haven't posted it yet, but it kind of felt. I don't know if you guys remember 2 years ago when we beat the Buffalo Bills, and the entire stadium was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Countdown.
The
Yeah.
countdown, it was insane.
Yeah, no, it's-
Like I was crying, I was like, "Oh my god, 30 seconds, 30 seconds!" And then you're like, you just couldn't stop watching. You're like, "Oh my god, now they're in the corner. Oh,
Yeah.
Don't
yeah,
move,
yeah.
don't move."
Yeah. Keep them there. Keep them there. Keep 'em there.
10,
Yeah.
9, and every 1-0 again.
And you've been a fan since the beginning.
Oh my god,
right? You've been a
yeah,
fan
yeah.
Since the inauguration, you've been down here your whole
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been crazy. I mean, to finally see them win, and then just South Florida to win in
Yeah.
Game 7.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like cardiac cats for real.
and in Panther fashion too, like you said, keeping the puck in the corner, not letting the Oilers get to it. That's Panther fashion. Just
Absolutely.
tough defense, gritty, and just put their stamp on it.
Now, is this your first championship parade? Or
No,
have you gone
so-
to probably one? Yeah.
I still remember 1997 when the Marlins
Oh,
won.
was there?
Heard that one
Yeah.
too.
2003 when the Marlins
Yeah.
won.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that's so
Then
crazy.
in 2006, I still remember for all three for the
For
the
the
Heat.
Yeah.
All in
So
downtown.
it's been what, like 11
Oh,
years?
you're an
I've
OG
been
like
waiting?
Lou. You guys have been
Yeah,
those
no,
years.
97 was awesome because it was, like I said,
Where
it
did
was
they
a
have
double.
that parade?
So they did it in downtown Miami,
Okay.
and then the nighttime portion was up here in Fort Lauderdale on the river. where
It
the-
only makes sense because
where
they're
the-
Florida
yeah,
Marlins.
exactly,
So
yeah. Well, and the Florida Panthers too.
And where did you guys watch that one? Where were you?
I was at the parade. I went to both.
Where, so you went to you were
I
in
went to
Miami?
downtown Miami, and then I came up and I watched the.
What about you, Miss Smith? Where were you for the night?
Oh, I was with my family. Yeah, we were definitely together for Game 7. Isn't this our third Game 7 that we win?
Yes,
South
it is.
Florida?
Yeah, 1997.
Yeah.
The Marlins beat
2012,
the Indians. 2013. The
2013.
Heat beat the Spurs, obviously after a crazy Game 6. Ray
Mhm.
Allen with a clutch shot
To
there.
me, we won in Game 6. And Game 7 was
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said
no
that
doubt,
too.
yeah,
You said the same
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
after
pretty
Game
much,
6,
yeah.
there was no way we were going to lose
Yep.
Game 7.
But this is our third. This is our third Game 7, and we're 3 for 3. 3 Game 7s at home, all at home,
Seriously.
and all 3 wins for the local team. It's just awesome.
I mean, if you think about it, how did we feel as fans last year when
Oh,
we lost to
yeah.
Las Vegas? It was
Yeah,
horrible.
it was-
That was
it's
crazy.
demoralizing.
We only
It
won
was
one
tough.
game. And we were at that game. Game
Yeah,
3.
Game 3. That's the only
We were
one
there.
we won.
It
Yeah.
was crazy, and on top of that too, had we won last year, it would have been one of the craziest, most epic win of all time because we were the 8th seed. We were dead last.
Yeah.
To come back and win it all, that is
Would've been
so few and far
crazy.
between among all major sports.
Yeah,
So,
no, we just talked about
but
it.
I don't care. We won
But
this
if that
year.
was the sacrifice we had to make last year to get this,
Yeah,
I would
Yeah.
have
take it. Yeah.
Did you
Okay.
see them after we won the Eastern Conference Final? Nobody touched that.
Nobody touched
Not
it.
one. They weren't even close
Yeah.
to
The Prince of Wales trophy. They're like, no thanks, we want the big one. So,
No,
Yeah, it
it's
was awesome.
It was.
hey, another thing after a championship, right, is the merch. I
Yes.
got my champion hat over here. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Excuse my hair.
I
And
did.
then I got some pretty cool stuff at the team store. Actually, Ashley had this. I couldn't get this shirt. It's not in my size, but I'm going to order it online.
Okay.
But go ahead and stand
You
up.
want to
And,
be able to show my
yeah,
chest?
yeah, just go ahead.
Okay.
Stand up.
Go ahead. Go
This
ahead.
is the stand up there. This is the southernmost cup. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yo, where
I mean,
did you get
At the
that?
team store, we
But
were at the
Which one?
Pantherland by the War
Okay.
Memorial.
War Memorial.
Okay.
So all this merch has been awesome. I actually got a puck of that. So the southernmost cup puck, and then I also got a Stanley Cup Champions Cup, and it has the entire roster in the back. So the merch is just
It's on
crazy.
fire.
Go
And what are you
online.
wearing today? You got your.
So I have my
Oh, I love
American flag, so this was kind of
Yes.
cool. I got it at the stadium,
I
at
saw
the
the
arena,
shirt. Yeah.
and then with the Panthers logo.
She has her
Nice.
Kachuk jersey.
Yes, I have my
back.
Kachuk.
Good
Chucky.
Chucky.
There you go. Yeah,
Chucky. But I ordered all the stuff, so all of that's coming.
Smart.
But they
Yeah.
said in like 2 weeks. So I was
Fanatics.
like, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fanatics. But you know, to get the free shipping, you had to like get it. Whatever.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no.
But
yeah,
I
we
bought
just
so
want
many,
to.
Yeah.
so much that I bought because the thing is, you have to understand these don't come often.
Yeah.
Anybody that has won a championship, whether you were in high school, middle school, college, or pros, championships are not guaranteed. Back-to-back championships are not guaranteed either. Very few
The
teams
Chiefs
have
are
a
lucky.
couple.
The Patriots. I mean,
Yeah.
those are like fluke things that usually
We
come out.
did us too. The Dolphins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give you one better. I mean, we've been to. I've been to a game at Wrigley, but saw
I've toured
Wrigley on
it
a
twice,
tour.
yeah.
They went
Oh my
100.
God, yeah.
The Cubs went 108 years without winning a World Series
Wasn't
title.
there a lady
Right.
like that was born?
But she was
the
a
last
little
one? Yeah.
kid. She probably didn't even recognize. She was too young to appreciate it. But yeah, 108 years they went without a title. The story of that night is as they were winning the title, people were going to the grave site so they could like put the radio, to
For
have
their-
those
Oh,
that didn't
that's
live long
nice.
enough to see it. So how lucky are we that we haven't just had this one with the Panthers? We've had 3 with the Heat, 2 with the Dolphins, and obviously the 2 with the Marlins
Do
as
you
well.
guys
So it's
know
amazing.
that story of the Panthers fan muscle guy? He dresses up with the big muscles.
Yes, I
Yes,
saw
yes,
something
yes,
on it,
yes.
but I don't know the story. What
So
about that?
he has been going to Panthers games with his son for forever, and his son was sick. And 2 months ago, and everybody knows him. He's like, one of us. People know he's a
He's a super
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, super
He's a
fan, yeah.
super fan.
And so 2 months ago, he stopped going. And the Panthers organization actually reached out to him, and they said, is everything okay? He said, my son passed away.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so they're covering a lot of him, but you never know. So that's
Yeah.
why, like, after he was at Game 7, and they kept saying, "This is for I think his name is Dominic. This is for Dom. This is for Dom."
Wow.
So you just
Yeah.
those moments, and you cherish it with people you love, and when they're not there, it hurts, but it's extra sweet that
Yeah. Yeah, no.
So
it's-
you just never know,
Yeah, no, it's obviously a special thing, and it brings the whole community
It
together.
does.
I mean, your people out here were politically, race
They don't
wise,
care
it doesn't
what
matter.
color, shape.
You're all together.
who you
We're all
believe.
red right now. We're all red. We're all.
We are
you
all
know,
red.
and we're not.
Hey, we're all red.
We're not a gang, but we kind of are right now. Everybody, we're all,
There's
it's
a
all
gang that's
together.
red, so we're
Yeah,
not
we're
part of that. No
There's a
confusion.
couple, but
Yeah, I don't want to get shot or nothing, but
We know people
It
in
is Florida.
No.
Reporting live, Florida man.
Born and raised. Florida man,
no,
Florida
it's-
woman.
That's great.
I
All right,
know.
well, we got to go to a parade soon.
We do, it's packed.
Let's go around the room here, literally around the room. Who we're looking to see on the floats or on the stage? Who do you want to see out there?
Me personally, I gotta see Chucky.
Nice.
You're the one with crush.
I
know. That's your
So
boy.
I have to see Chucky. I really want to see Barkov. I hope that he does come.
Yeah, you should.
I heard you guys talking about Bob, and so he went to Vegas, didn't celebrate because of the award, and he didn't even get to win it.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think
That
that's
is
total
so
BS.
messed up.
He wasn't on 11, Club 11.
It's one of those where, again, when you've seen these award shows, they bring the envelope out. It's already there. They know who won, who didn't win. They should have just said, "Hey, you're not the winner. Stay out there, and we'll, because it's not fair. He couldn't celebrate with his team, and he had to fly back for the parade."
You know who just jumped in the chat? Who should be with us?
Hey,
Sheldon!
Sheldon!
Sheldon, you are an honorary Panthers fan.
Yes, you are. Who are you looking to see?
I want to see more Lumberg.
More Lombard.
Hey.
Come on.
With
It's
egg.
like those 8-packs.
It is a beach, so I
He-
really don't think you should be wearing a shirt today. I mean, it's the beach, so take your shirt off. It's okay.
Lombard. I would love to see Lombard because we saw him at Club 11. He was crowd surfing. I
So
would love to
lucky.
Even
see.
he said.
I would love to see him jump off a stage and passed around all the way back to the elbow room, from the stage to the elbow room, going all across
Oh my God.
the sand there
It
because
might be crazy.
he
It
was-
might happen.
he is the
And
man.
who are you looking to see besides him?
Well, Lombard is my guy, but
Yeah,
no,
yeah, I took yours,
I
sorry.
want to see a certain not player. I just want to see Stanley again. I want to see Stanley. I want to see the cup
I wanna see
on
that.
the
Just give the
sun.
cup, not the mascot.
Yeah, not the best. No.
I mean,
Look at
we'll
that
take
stuff.
him too.
I want to
but,
see
you
the cup.
know.
No, I don't want to see Bob.
He's gonna be hot today, man.
Yeah, yes, he
oh
is.
man, Stanley.
Yeah.
It's gonna be humid, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be hot. Another
Stay
thing
hydrated.
too, that whole "don't rain on my parade." It's gonna rain, but it's okay because we're Floridians and it's nothing.
Yeah.
It'll rain for 20 minutes and then be hot as heck.
As long as
Yeah.
no lightning, because we are literally geese in the major out
Yeah,
there. Like,
it's good. Let's
No,
keep it like
we should
this.
be
Let's,
fine.
let's
We
keep
should
it
be
like
fine.
this. Yeah.
It'll be more water than anything. If not, I heard you earlier. We're gonna jump in the water.
Yes, we
Trust.
are. We're gonna watch it from there.
so Miss Vince, they all know you. Tell them where they can find you.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, before I get to me,
Don't you make me cry.
No, I need you guys to do me a favor. Do you not see how cool the name of the show is? Are you flipping, kidding me? The Slow Flow Sports Show. I mean, you can't get any better than that.
Come
So
on.
if you can't, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and get 305 Sports Bait to 1,000 subs and plus. Let's go ahead and support because you know what? This isn't easy, guys. And I know that they both put a lot of work into it, going out there, meeting and greeting everybody. So if you have a moment, it is 100% free to hit that like button and to subscribe. So subscribe to their channel. For me, honestly, in the off season right now, you can find Miss Vince Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern. In season, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Right now, I do have a cool Olympics show,
Wow,
and
nice.
I have a special guest who's gonna be my co-host. It's gonna be once a week.
all right.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm guessing
Tune in.
Simone Biles or Michael
Oh.
Phelps.
Girl, I
I
wish.
would put it past her. I would not put it past her.
I wish, but so
Or
that's
Usain
gonna
Bolt?
come on.
Okay, both. All right, okay, all right. So one of those three are my bets. Put the money down.
There you go. But no, you can go ahead and find me, subscribe everywhere. And honestly, it's just a blessing to meet such great human beings like
Always.
Lou.
No,
and
she's the best of the best.
Honestly.
I'm telling you, she gets, yes, we talk about wins and losses, but she dives in. So if you need, if you want to know, oh, this one won, talk to us. But if you want to know 50 yards, he should have blocked this, that, the deep ins and outs of it, this is
That's
your
your
girl.
girl right
and
there.
it's every day during football season.
Yeah,
So if
every
you
day.
miss it Monday, you're a little hungover from Sunday, you hear it Tuesday, you hear it Wednesday, you hear it Thursday. And Friday, guess what? She's getting ready for the weekend up.
Yeah.
Real quick with Dolphins. How you feel about the season?
Ooh, this season, I think I feel really good right now. More than anything else, because I feel like we kind of weathered the storm with the players we lost.
Yeah.
Like Hunt, like Wilkins.
Oh.
So for me, the players that we got, especially Calais Campbell, I know that he's older, but
Yeah.
the man still got wheels.
Proven,
So
proven, yep.
for me, I like the way that we're looking here. Interesting fact. Oh my God, girl, I got some of these. I'll tell you offline.
Oh, boy.
But as far as the Tua contract, but it's gonna happen, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
it's
So
But
we
market
know
value,
this.
market value.
We have to see, to me, and I told this to everybody on Friday, it comes down to three things when it comes to the Tua contract. Number one, the length of the contract. Number two, the guarantees, overall guaranteed money. And number three, how many years get guaranteed. Oh, the injury clause.
Yeah.
Those three things for me are going to be, it's probably what's holding it up. And that's why we haven't seen it. But to me, I feel very good. And I can't wait till week 1 and week
Yeah.
2.
It's
They're at
coming,
home.
sister.
Oh, my God.
I can't wait to training camp, right? It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
We'll be out there. So
sweat.
July 28th,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Get
Cannot
your
wait.
tickets. Check online, MiamiDolphins.com, and they'll be able to go ahead and tell you exactly what days you can go ahead and sign up, and you can kind of like secure your tickets for the training camp. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You guys are going, right?
yeah, we'll be there. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll be there.
And-
excited.
And piggybacking on the Dolphins, with this parade today, I just want to make it very clear that does not mean the Dolphins are off the hook. Oh, South Florida got one. No, we need another
No.
one. And we need one from you guys because, hey, it's been a long time, right? So hopefully this motivates the guys. You see all the love they get. All these players are walking away with sponsorship deals. I mean,
Absolutely.
a lot of these guys that are going to stay with the Panthers, or even if they don't stay with the Panthers, they're never going to have to pay for another meal in their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, if they walk into a place, this guy's going to want to pick up the check. That girl's going to want to pick up the check. So, this is what a championship does, and so the Dolphins need to feel that and give us that. So hopefully they follow up.
Fun question.
Tell me.
How close do you think we are to the championship now that we got the Stanley Cup?
I think we're there. I think we are right there. I think we're a championship contender now. As you mentioned, the guys that we lost in Hunt and Wilkins, but we,
Yeah.
replaced that
Van
money
Ginkel,
with, very
yeah.
serviceable guys. And I think that right now you have the offense. You got, guys like, OBG. You got Sanu.
OBJ.
Oh, sorry, OBJ.
My
Sanu,
grandma says
you know.
OB, so I thought you were trying to speak for
Hey,
her.
better than OBYGN, right? I mean, we don't. That's different.
All right, we gotta get to this parade. Guys, can I get up? Go.
Go, Cats, go!
I think we just woke up the whole.
I know.
Yeah,
this
right?
hotel.
All right, guys, we're gonna get headed downstairs. You're in the area. We're gonna be by the stage. We are located a block from the stage, so we're gonna start making our way down there, and then after it's just gonna be a cluster. So we look forward to hopefully seeing you guys downstairs and ready to celebrate.
Yeah,
So
it's a glorious day for a parade. I mean, we are celebrating the champs. Well deserved, well earned. All of South Florida's out here, whether it rains, shines, doesn't matter. We're here to celebrate. We're here to party. It's deserving. We can't wait to see that banner go up on opening night next year. It's going to be, a tremendous moment. But before that, we got this parade to attend, and we cannot wait. We'll see you out there.
go Cats, go!
Go Cats, go!
Go, Cats, go! Vamos, gatos!
Vamos gatos!
Where's the
Hold
rat?
on. The rat. I'm going to throw the rats out. Throw the rats.